Frail Feathers, written by Darthball. It had been a leap of faith, one final act of defiance, with only two possible outcomes. Either Scudlu would fly, or she would fall, and upon her cliffside perch, where no pony could judge her, there was a sense of liberation in her choice. Pure, unadulterated freedom, like the roaring packs of clouds drifting lazily above, or the flock of birds flying into the deep blue horizon. And for a fleeting moment, Scudlu felt a surge of exhilaration as the world dropped away beneath her.
"I'm doing it!"
Scudlu's voice reverberated outward into the winding gorge, and a rushing gust of air tousled her mane and ruffled her fur like a proud parent.
"Guys, see? I'm really doing it!"
With each beat of her wings, Scudlu felt the air's resistance against her delicate plumage, and yet she was still propelling herself upward. She was more than just flying. She was dancing, and the air currents danced with her, while Celestia's golden sun painted her wings with a warm golden glow. She sped forth, slicing through the air, and her mind raced with it. It was here that she finally understood why Rainbow always yearned for the sky, why she always pushed herself to the absolute limits. There was a serenity here, a sensation that being earthbound could never replicate. Up in the heavens above, there was no problem Scudlu couldn't outrun. Heart pounding, she craned her neck upward and noticed the clouds rapidly drifting out of reach.
"What?"
Scudlu's feathers trembled, unable to fight against the air current's strain, and the same winds that had once lifted her now forced her into the downward spiral as if mocking her ambitions. Flap, flap, her tightened stomach dropped like a stone.
"Wait, no!
Gentle strokes turned into desperate flutters.
"Runt, weakling, chicken!"
A whirlwind of voices roared in her ears as gravity seized hold of her, pulling her inexorably downward. Rust, ochre, moss green. The winding cliffs below her meshed into a horrifying, blurry kaleidoscope of colour. Scudlu screamed, but just as she squeezed her eyes shut, everything stopped. The voices, the howling tempest, her cries of terror. It was as if something had halted the unending march of time itself. "Have no fear, child. You are safe."
"Princess Luna?"
Scudlu fumbles in the tightening grip, her balance lost as she falls backward into a blanket of grass.
What are you doing here?"
"We are in your dreamscape, little one," Luna said, releasing Scudlu from her tentative embrace.
"Then..."
Scudlu peers outward into the expanse around her.
"None of this was real? I didn't..."
"You're safe in your bed," Luna said, before she sat beside her. Scudlu sighed, unable to hide her downcast expression. "What ails you this night?"
"Isn't it obvious, Princess?"
Scudlu's tiny wings shuffled against her back. "Humour me." Scudlu swept her gaze across the canyon and upward into the deep blue, unable to banish the longing eating away at her insides.
"I can't do anything right,"
Scudlu said. It was the simple truth, but she could feel Luna's teal eyes upon her, and her resentment for herself starting to spill over from her lips and scatter into the four winds.
"School, sports, trying to fly. Ponies always tell me I need to do better, to be better, and I try my hardest, I always do. It's never enough. They always think I'm lazy or unmotivated or messy."
Luna remained quiet, her brow furrowing as her lips tightly pressed together.
"And I'm tired of it. Day in and day out, I practice, and I've got nothing to show for it, other than these worthless flaps."
Scudlu's tiny wings fanned outward pathetically.
And that's not even the worst part. If I'm not getting called chicken or blank flying to my face, there's always some pony staring at me with the same look you're wearing, like I'm something that needs to be fixed, like I'm just some broken toy.
Her eyes stung as she smothered the sob escaping her throat.
"What do you know about any of that? You've probably never felt weak before, and no pony's ever been as strong as you. You'll never know what it's like to be a Pegasus that can't fly."
Air felt chiller now, heavy, It pressed down upon her, pressing down against her frail and weak body, while her chest constricted, her heart and lungs until she felt fit to burst. And in that moment of weakness, the voices began to mock her again. "You are mistaken." Luna's voice brought Skudly out of her trance. "I have been brought low times aplenty, and I have felt such burdens plague my heart even more so." Luna spread her wings, bringing the filly into her feathered embrace. "Without end, I have always been told to improve myself. By my advisors, my sister. Each night I would weave my stars, pouring my very essence into my work, and by day I would attend my courtly functions with the utmost care. But no matter how much I poured my soul into my work, it was never enough. It was never enough for my sister, or our ponies, our advisors, or our courtiers. It was a never-ending cycle, and I always wondered what point I would be worthy of their love, their admiration." Luna nuzzled her gently between the ears. "Do not allow yourself to fall prey to this self-doubt. You will never need to earn the love of your friends and family."
"But I can't even fly. I'm completely worthless."
"Your strength will grow in time," Luna said, "but take solace in knowing that your loved ones will always cherish you, no matter the outcome. But until then." A revitalizing surge courses through Skudly, and the muscles in her wings, once fatigued and frail, now brim with a newfound vitality. "Come, fly with us." Luna beckons with a wing, and indulge yourself, as our sister would say. There is no wrong way to fantasize.
We here at Pony&Wolf Productions thank these amazing patrons of ours for their monthly support, without which all of this would not be possible. We sincerely appreciate it, and every dollar helps, is needed, and will be used to keep us going to produce audiobooks for your continued enjoyment. It is, now more than ever, important that you support your favorite creators if possible, due to YouTube changing in a way that is not very friendly to content creators. Especially small content creators, like us. In recent months, the names you see on screen have enabled Midnight and Visual Pony to keep going and only having to sell off part of their belongings to not end up on the street. As an incentive for everyone, Visual Pony has broken a vow and has promised to read and record Fallout Equestria, Murky number 7, should the monthly support reach $1,500. To be clear, this is the absolute minimum amount needed to keep the apartment and all bills paid without starving, while a production of this size is ongoing. The estimated time for this production would be 3 to 4 years, but people already said that Project Horizons was impossible to do, right? And now look who did it, so with Pony&Wolf, you know we can finish the job. For further information on how to support us, please have a look at the description of this video, as there are also other ways, like our merch store. Sincerely and forever yours, your Pony&Wolf team.